Are we live? Hi folks, Joey Ricard with WTSS Trackside Scenery Radio, the #1 in Railroad Talk Radio. Well, we're on the way to the post office this morning, and the post office is a block from my house, but we're taking a 30-mile detour. So every McDonald's I go to, in every town, they all have this group of older guys, older than me, that hang out in there and they drink coffee and they talk. And now that I'm getting older and they know me from town, they always ask me when I'm going to come join the club.
Hola.
Hola, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, have a good day.
Good, thank you.
Bye-bye. And there's the club in there. Bunch of nice guys. But I'm not that old yet. Or at least I'm not going to say I'm that old yet. I don't know where I was going with that. Over the river and through the woods. So if the post office is right down the street from you, why am I taking a 30-mile drive? I need coffee. I need coffee. We're driving through downtown Strasburg, Virginia. Strasburg, Virginia. It's Strasburg, Virginia. So we're here in Strasburg, Virginia. That's right, Virginia. Some folks think we're in Strasburg, Pennsylvania because I don't clarify that when I mention it in the videos. But we're in Strasburg, Virginia, and we do have railroads here. We have two railroads. One is the Norfolk Southern, and one is the CSX. And I've had the pleasure of working for both. Did work on the Norfolk section. Sometimes I really get tongue-tied, and I don't know what to say. That's why I narrate over these videos. So we're out here by the Agmark transload. And this is where the grain comes in. Barazo. What is it called? That's the switcher engine here at Agmark. So that's the switcher engine here at Agmark. And I'm totally not joking about that. They use a tractor to pull these cars around. What's weird is when I worked in the railroad industry, and even after I left the railroad industry, I had a 2-hour drive each way to work. I commuted. So it's really weird living here and living in the same place as our business, because now I don't have a commute. So sometimes I have to make myself have a commute to get geared up for the day. That wasn't bad, right? I did want to become a radio disc jockey when I was younger. So I got to tell you, when I take these coffee rides, I call them coffee breaks. When I take these rides, I do a lot of thinking. But I want you guys to know that I do read all the comments. And it would be fun to have a dialogue where... How stupid. Dialogue. What a modern word. These are my random thoughts for the day. Alright, if you guys like taking a ride with me, maybe I'll do that again. Let's get to the layout progress. In this one, controls are installed, the backdrop frame is up, and we did a little daydreaming. Now just keep in mind that Barrett Hill does make touch toggles that come with these cups. I didn't have enough on hand, so I just decided to 3D print them to do it quickly. I made these little plates out of 1/16 of an inch basswood. Because all the turnouts on the layout are in such a confined space, I needed to label them so I would know which switch I'm throwing. For what they are, I think they look okay, and I think they'll do the job just fine. I'm using this little paper template so I can push a pin through it and mark on the layout where the hole needs to be, instead of drawing on the layout and drawing lines and measuring and that sort of thing. Now, I don't have a specific spot that I need all these controls to be in. They just need to be near where the turnout is and spaced apart accordingly. Bit there, so we're going to go ahead and find our mark right here. Make sure we're not interfering with anything behind it. Truth be told, when I designed this thing, I wasn't sure if I was going to have a backdrop in the very middle of the layout. But after discussing it with the boss, she said, "You're the backdrop guy, you got to put a backdrop in the middle of the layout." So this is what we came up with. Hey, I'm just happy to be this far in this short a time. And I'm ready to get to some scenery, and that's coming soon. For me, the natural next step was to start planning what I was going to do with scenery and how it coincided with the backdrop. I don't remember if I mentioned it before, but I started designing this track plan in SCARM. The only bad thing is I couldn't fit all the switches, so they're just kind of overlaying on each other. This program is pretty easy to use, although it is a little time consuming with the terrain. I added in some basic terrain just to give me an idea of what it looked like in the 3D realm. This process really helps me visualize, but I always take it one step further because I'm the backdrop guy. Of course, I'm not going to give you any of my trade secrets, but I took a snapshot in SCARM and implanted it and rescaled it into Photoshop. Those lines represent actual measurements. That's 108 inches across and it's 26 inches tall. So now I can go in and add my image elements. I have a lot of customers that ask about custom backdrops and can I place this in there and that in there, a river, a stream, a building. To an extent, I can do that, but it's not like Mr. Potato Head. Just so you know, this is not going to be the finished product, but I'm adding in layer by layer just to give me the rough effect so I can visualize. More than anything, I just want to get something on that layout that helps me visualize. Presto, the Great Ricardo! Not bad for a quick mock-up, eh? Once I start fooling with this thing over a few cups of coffee, staring at it, looking at it, I'll know what to change, what to add, what to take away, but I like the general effect. You guys should know by now that I don't fool around. Even for something as simple as this, I try to make it as realistic as possible because it really does help me visualize. And visualize I will do because I'm ready to get into some scenery. Be sure to subscribe, stay tuned, and share the hobby. This is Joey Ricard with TracksideScenery.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time.